Yeah. Hip hop and jazz. Yeah. Yeah. Hip hop and jazz. Yeah. What? What? Jazz, hip hop, bond like fusion, slow moving sounds that get the crowd moving. So for your amusement, we come to play a little Kenny G, a little Miles D, a little Sade. I get busy when I listen to Disney and relax when I hear Coltrane on sax. In fact, I feel my loneliness with Keith Thelonious Monk anytime, day or night, week or month. So don't try to front like it's something you don't want. It's jazz music, y'all. Yeah. It's jazz music.
Play this group here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet. I really love my jazz when it's played with the hip hop beat.
Hip hop and jazz.
The rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song.
Hip hop and jazz. What?
Add a little hip hop flavor, makes me wanna listen to it all night long.
See, I'm not into fashion, but I like my Louis. Don't follow hoops, but I do follow Duke Ellington. Remember when music had soul? Vinyl wax seemed every track solid. You hold a firm place in my memory. I hear the strings ring, hear Ella sing, that's chemistry. Simply melodic, erotic to my temple. Complex tones made simple. It's jazz
music. Play this group here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet. I really love my jazz when it's played with the hip hop beat.
Hip hop and jazz.
The rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song. Add a little hip hop flavor, makes me wanna listen to it all night long.
Hip hop and
makes me
jazz.
wanna move all night. Makes me wanna move all night. Makes me wanna move all night. Makes me wanna groove all night.
Yeah. You feel that?
Yeah.
I know you like Najee to come move your body a time or two. You forget, so I'm reminding you. Truth is, jazz is hip hop's roots. If you need proof, you can listen to the fruits of labor. Visions from jazz musicians, created compositions for all ears to listen. I think of all the legends of jazz that passed, and know that heaven got one hell of a band. Yeah, it's jazz.
Get this groove here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet. I really love my jazz when it's laid with the hip hop
feel that
beat.
jazz, y'all.
The rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song.
Feel that jazz, y'all.
Add a little hip hop flavor, me wanna listen to it all night
feel
long.
good, don't it?
They can play this groove here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet.
Check it out.
I really love my jazz when it's played with the hip hop beat. The rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song.
Hip hop and jazz.
Add a little hip hop flavor, makes me wanna listen to it all night long.
Jazz and hip
They
hop.
can play this groove here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet.
Hip hop and jazz.
I really love my jazz when it's played with the hip hop beat.
They go together. It's
The
like
rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song.
it feel good, don't it?
Add a little hip hop flavor, makes me wanna listen to it all night long.
Hip hop and jazz, they go together. They go together. It's like hip hop and jazz, yeah. Hip hop and jazz, yeah. Goes together, yeah. It goes together, yeah. Goes together, yeah. This jazz and hip hop, yeah, yeah. Feel that jazz, baby.
Makes me wanna groove.
Yeah. Hip hop and jazz. Yeah.
Much better, folks. Isn't that much better? Yes. We're going to get this show on the road, folks. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. All right. Do me a favor, folks. Like, share, and subscribe this video. We got some good topics, a good topic for you guys tonight. So let's get into this, folks. Let's get into it. All right. All right. I'm happy now. I'm happy. Got better viewing for you guys, okay? If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Folks, we're back. We're back. All right. We had a little technical difficulties earlier. We tried to do this at 9 o'clock. Had a blurry vision. You guys, I cannot put out content like that. That is not sophisticated. That is not the way we do business here. So I'm glad you guys are back. Sorry for the difficulty earlier, an hour ago. But we're going to do it a little bit later than we anticipated. But that's okay. You guys are here. I'm here. The visual is a lot better. We about to get it on the road. Got a quick announcement. Not the big announcement that I told you guys about is still coming. I've gotten even closer today with some resources that I have received. And based off the information that I have received, I am actually closer than I thought I was to this big announcement that I'm going to be making. But it's coming, folks, and it has a lot to do with other people. And when I say a lot to do with other people, it has a lot to do with other people getting opportunities and employment. So I'm very excited about it. Not ready to share that information yet. So listen, folks, we're glad we're here. Thank you guys for stopping through. Please like, share, and subscribe again, as I mentioned before. We're going to get into our conversation. But before we do that, my drink for this evening, mango. Mango. This is like organic stuff. Mango, straight, freshly squeezed mango, the juice from a mango, folks. I am excited. This is good. It tastes good, bro. Had to get a little sip of that before I get started. Folks, you guys see the topic of this, and I'm sure you guys are very, very interested. And you probably saw the title was probably like So we're going to get into it. Listen, folks, you guys know how I am. Those of you who know me, those of you who have been on my podcast several times, you know I am no sugar coater, that's the term. You guys know I'm going to bring it from the hip. But you also know that I am not set out to hurt any feelings. I'm only going to be telling you the exact truth. I'm going to tell it to you the way it is, the way it's in society, without any delusions. Okay? You guys see I wear a pinstripe suit on. I have a pinstripe suit. It's a black and white pinstripe suit. I'm not going to tell you this is a brown suit to make anybody feel better. I'm going to tell you this is a black and white pinstripe suit. That's exactly what it is. Now, let me also share with you a few things about for the men in terms of professionalism, our look, our appearance, attire, and everything. What I have on here is a semi-wide white shirt collar, okay? Cuff link, okay? Cuff link. The tie knot I have is called a full Windsor, the same as I had last week. Why do I wear a full Windsor? Is because the width of the triangle in the full Windsor is a little bigger than the width of the triangle of a half Windsor. You wear a full Windsor when you have a shirt collar that is semi-wide or wider. That is when you want to use a double or full Windsor, okay? Because it fits better between the collar points, okay? The fold that I have in my pocket square is called a presidential fold in a pocket square. This is your business fold for a pocket square. This is what you wear when you're going out into, going to a job interview or you at a formal event. You don't want to use any the other folds that I have shared with you before, like a 4-point, 3-point pocket square, or a puff, or a winged puff, or a scallop fold. You don't want to use a rose fold. You don't want to use any of those. Those are a little bit more fancier for outside of the conservative environment or outside of business. Okay, that once you get the job, of course you can go back in the job with the other different style of folds. But when you're going into a job interview, you want to wear the presidential fold for your interview. Hope this making sense, folks. Thank you guys for stopping in. You guys see the topic. What does it really mean to know your worth in dating? I'm not going to do any screen shares today. We're going to talk straight from common sense. Everybody know what the word worth means. Everybody know what the word worth means. A lot of people like to use the term worth. I know my worth. I know my worth. Ladies, this is not anything against you. I love you to death. There is no creature on earth that is better than a woman. Let me put that out there. I don't want you guys to get any wrong ideas about anything that I want to say, but it is to help. You guys know my platform is strictly on self-help. I don't really do any dating talks. But to see what I keep seeing on social media and keep hearing what I keep hearing from a lot of people's mouths to describe why they're lonely, why they're alone, why they don't have a man or a woman or what have you, is they keep using this excuse of because I know my worth. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get down to the bottom of it, because what is the bottom line here? I want you guys to keep this in mind, that the bottom line is always love. Let me repeat that. The bottom line is always love. Okay? Put that in the comments if you have to. The bottom line is always love. So I want to get to a point. I want to get an understanding out there so that people can start looking more at themselves and start holding themselves accountable and start pointing at everybody else. Because it can't, if everybody else seems to be the people that's probably the problem, it's probably not likely to everybody else. It's probably you. It's probably you. And using the term, the phrase, because I know my worth, I'm going to tell you up the front, that is a hawk of shit. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. So let's get to the bottom of it, folks. And we're going to talk about this worth. What does it really mean to know your worth? Let me explain something to you. Everybody know that there are 7 natural laws of the universe. The universe answers our thoughts, feelings, and our actions. Our vibes come from the word vibration. Prime example. If your vibration, if you're giving off vibes, if your vibes are aggravating, you're going to keep getting things that's making you more aggravated. I ain't make this up. This is God's laws. Okay? If you are allowing yourself to get distracted, the universe is going to keep giving you more distractions. That's law. Those are natural laws, folks. It's the same as if your arm or your shoulder itch, you're going to scratch it. Quite naturally, that's exactly how it works. That's exactly how the universe works. Okay? The law of gravity is a universal law. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. The law of gravity says if you jump off a building, your ass gonna hit the ground. Period. So let's deal with laws, let's deal with reality, and let's deal with what is. Because just because you know your worth, that can't be the reason that you're by yourself. And it cannot be that reason when you've been by yourself for a long period of time, for years. for years. And if you're posting about it, if you're voluntarily posting while you alone because you say you know your worth, if you're posting about it, then that means that you actually really do want somebody. So if you, with that being said, you really do want somebody, but you keep attracting the people that you don't want. And your excuse is because you know your worth. Let's get to the attraction part. Why are you steadily attracting the same type of people? Let me ask you that question again. Why are you still attracting the same type of people, folks? Natural law of the universe, the law of vibration says we don't get in life what we want. We get in life what we are. And if you want to become more, if you want more out of life, folks, you don't get more out of life by being who you are. You get more out of life by becoming more valuable. More valuable to who? You have to be more valuable to the marketplace. The type of ladies, the type of men that you claim you want, that you say you want, research those type of men and look at the type of women that they're dating. Are they submissive women, or are they women who can be submissive? There's a difference. There's a difference. I mean, can you imagine a man say, I can be masculine for the right woman? No. Either he's masculine or he's not. Either you're feminine or you're not. And when you're not getting what you want, you need to really stop blaming because you know your worth. Because if you really know your worth, you will attract a higher caliber of men. Men, if you say you know your worth, you will attract a higher caliber of women. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Let's get real. Let's bring it from the hip. Let's talk about it. We family, let's talk it out, folks. Let's talk it out. Because if you've been alone for the 5, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that had nothing to do with your worth. That has everything to do with you and how you think. It had nothing to do with your worth. My queen just stepped in. What's up, Quintina Lee? What's up, Tink? My Tink just came in. My queen there, folks. So it has everything to do with you and your thinking, your mindset, your philosophy. It's the same as business. It's the same as money. Philosophy, folks, mindset. Why am I telling you this? Because your income is the outcome of your philosophy. Who you date is the outcome of your philosophy. The type of people you're dating, your men choice, your women choice is the outcome of your philosophy. It had nothing to do with your damn wealth or what you think you're worth. Because if you're worth more, then how come you ain't getting more? How come you still alone? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. But you know your worth. I mean, think about this, people. Can you imagine walking up, you know a guy who's been in between jobs. Every time you turn around, he keeps getting fired. He keeps getting laid off. He's been out of work for so many months and years. And you ask him, hey, dude, how come you can't keep a job? Because I know my worth. I mean, folks, think about it. Think about it. He can't keep a job. The motherfucker always on. He is unemployed by nature, damn near. But why does that keep happening? But he give you the excuse he give you is why he keep being unemployed or why he can't keep a job. His excuse is because I know my worth. Dude, if you know your worth, you should have at least 3 to 5 jobs knocking on your door. If you know your worth, paying you what you're ready to pay you what you're worth. Yeah, but those ain't the jobs that's for me because I'm above that. Well, if you're above that, what type of jobs are they? Burger King? KFC? But why you keep attracting KFC jobs? Why are you keep attracting McDonald's and Burger King jobs? But you claim you know your worth, then why are you keep attracting those jobs then? Ladies, if you claim you know your worth, it's why you're alone, then why you keep attracting fuckboys? Talk to me. Come on, baby, talk. Talk to me. Then why you keep attracting losers that you have to keep turning down? And then you get on Facebook or social media and talk about them. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. I'm talking about the natural laws. Let me tell you guys a secret, a little secret. A person who really knows their worth never say they know their worth. Let me repeat that. A person who knows their worth never say they know their worth. Just like true leaders never call themselves leaders. You know who calls them leaders? The people that wants to follow them. What is a leader? A leader is a person that people follow because they want to, not because they have to. What is a person who knows their worth? A person who knows their worth never have to ask how much a job pays. The job will always ask, how much should they pay you? Folks, I get cybersecurity calls, emails all the time. I never ask them how much they pay. They always ask how much I would like to be paid. Speaking engagements. How much do you charge to speak for 30 minutes? How much do you charge to speak for 90 minutes? And I still never give them a number. You know what you know what I say to them? How much do you have allotted for a speaker? I ask them, how much do you have allotted for a speaker? That's the talk of a person who knows their worth. You'll never hear somebody who really knows their worth tell you they know their worth. They don't have to. You can look at them and tell that they know what they're worth. They don't have to get on Facebook and talk about, oh, I'm unemployed because I know my worth. Oh, I don't have a man because I know my worth. I don't settle for anything. Well, how come anything keeps approaching you then? But you know your worth. Let's talk about this, folks. It's time to put away the bullshit. Stop lying to yourself and be honest with yourself. If you really want to know your worth, if you really want to have a higher value on yourself, because guess what? In order for you to increase your net worth, you have to first increase your self-worth. And the only way you can increase your self-worth is to first, number one, stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself and be open to growth. Be open to learn more. Be open to find people better than you that's going to help you get to that next level. Because guess what? You ain't going to get to the next level thinking you're going to be who you are. In everything, in the whole universe, it revolves around you. You're going to be in for a rude awakening. That's why in the beginning of my video, you know what I started out with? In the beginning of my video, in my poem, I always open up with the same poem. I want you guys to listen to this poem. I'm going to say it to you again. I'm going to say it slowly. If it's going to be, is up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. But remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. That means take total control of your life. Because if time flies, yes, but you're the pilot. That means you have control of the time you have. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. And what is really, really sad, folks, is that I see women in their 40s and 50s using this bullshit excuse about knowing their worth as a reason why they are by themselves. If you ever smelt bullshit in your life, that's it. In their 40s and their 50s, using the excuse that they know their worth as a reason why they are alone. And at the same time, their biological clock is ticking. Folks, the average lifespan is 76 to 80 years old. That equates to about 30,000 to 35,000 days on Earth. As Dr. Dennis Kimbro once said, time is not running out, but your life is. And I said before, time flies. And if you're not the pilot of the time that you have allotted on this earth, time will go so fast. And I guarantee you, a lot of these women keep talking about they know their worth as why they're lonely. I guarantee you they probably been saying that shit 10 years ago. Time went so fast, then I got older, they gained a little bit of weight, they don't look as good as they used to 10, 15 years ago, and they still saying that same shit. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Nobody wants to age and die alone. Get out of your head and step into your excellence, folks. Get out of your head and step into your excellence. Because you were born to win. We were all born to win. You would not win making excuses. You can't make progress and excuses at the same damn time. Can't do it. You can't make progress and excuses at the same time. You got to do either one or the other. You got to make a choice. Either you're going to make progress, you're going to grow, you're going to get better, or you're going to just keep making excuses. The choice is ultimately yours, folks. And I'm probably mostly talking to the ladies when I'm saying in this video, because men don't say these things. Oh, I don't have no woman because I know my worth. That's not a man's talk. But there are some men that do talk that way, that do say things like that. So I can't leave them out as I'm making my point. I just don't understand. I mean, people, I personally know people from DC. Because of course I've known my DC folks much longer than I know my Florida folks. Because I'm from DC, born and raised there. I know people in DC still saying that same shit. I ain't settling. I can do it all by myself if I have to. I know my worth. What is your worth? What is your worth? I don't think a lot of people know what their worth is. And even if they think they know, they probably think their worth means the type of job they have, the type of what degrees or how many degrees they have, what cars they buy. Ladies, let me tell you something. A true man don't give a shit about any of that. He don't care about your degrees. He don't care about how much money even if you make more money than him, he don't give a shit. He don't care what you drive. He don't care about the keys that you have to your house, because it ain't your house. If you just buying a house in your 40s or 50s, you probably be dead before that house even paid off anyway. Man don't care nothing about that shit. Only a beta male cares about that shit because he want to use it. He want to lay up in your shit. The type of man that you want don't care about that stuff. And the fact that you think that those things bring value to a real man is the reason why you don't have a real man, because those things don't bring value to a real man. Femininity brings value to a real man. Hello? My queen, Quintina, my queen and I, we talk about this all the time. We look at it, we say, look at what this person is posting. Who fucked her up? I really see the damage in your post, ladies. I see the hurt in your post. All somebody like myself wants to do is help you, enlighten you, give you some feedback. You looking for feedback from another woman who's just as hurt as you are. What kind of info can she give you other than to be more hurt? The both of you just hurting together. The both of you just hating men together. Then you turn to the feminist movement. And the feminist movement is further taking you away from what you really want, a true man. Because ain't no man, a real man, is going to be a fan of feminism. That's right. Tink said it. Said it the other day. They're looking for co-signers. They're looking for somebody to like what they posted, comment on what they posted, to co-sign, to make them feel better so they won't feel that they're not the only ones. No, you're not the only ones. There are a whole lot of fucked up women out here who are desperately looking for a man and can't get one, but talking shit about him because he ain't showing up. So because he ain't showing up, she figure it is no good men out here. There are a lot of good men out here. But you need to ask, how come those good men don't want you? Talk to your grandmothers. But see, the problem is when you have a woman that is submissive, a feminine woman, y'all call them what is called pick-me's. Oh, she ain't nothing but a pick-me. Well, guess what? Pick-me's are being picked. And they're being picked by the men that you want. Folks, let me explain something to you. I've had, every time my queen and I post pictures when we're out places, right? That's right, Tink. They only attract what they talk about. My Tink and I, we out all the time. You guys see our pictures. I predict to her, I say, watch, in another few days, these pictures going to get someone deleted off my page. One person literally blocked me. This is somebody who had an interest in me since I was damn near a teenager, and I never knew it. Never knew it. And you guys know how approachable I am. You guys know how I always talk to everybody, right? You guys know that. I've talked to women all the time, just conversating, how things going, and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, there's a change in how they treat me, and how they talk back to me. I say, hey, give me a holler when you get a chance. What for? Huh? I'm like, hey, we've always rapped before. We always talked and we caught up. I said, I never recognize us needing a reason to contact each other. Just nasty attitude, just snappish. Why? You ain't I never knew you had an interest like that. That now that I have somebody, you got attitudes and shit. You want to delete me, man? Get your shit together, man. This is a times where every man is not going to just recognize that you have an interest in them. You're going to have to say something too. I had no idea. People treat me differently. My queen do not get upset because of I communicate with females. They communicate with me. A lot of times when y'all listen, if I'm talking to y'all, whether it's in your inbox or anything, or text or talking, 80% of the time, probably more than 80% of the time, she's right there with me. She's right there. And some of y'all, if the conversation is good, I'll put y'all on speaker so she can join the conversation. I have nothing to hide. That's my queen. I have her on purpose. I have her because she's feminine. Yes, she got a good job. She has a nice career, a promising career. But she knows none of that. I have no interest in any of that. I have an interest in her and her beauty and her femininity. That is my interest. Not what she makes, not where she stays. She knows that. And guess what happens, folks? Because she has a man like myself, and I'm not bragging, she has a man like myself who mastered his masculinity. She automatically relaxes in her femininity. That what brings balance, folks. A masculine man would not date a masculine woman. I don't care. You call yourself alpha female. There is no fucking such thing as an alpha female. It takes effort for a female to try to behave that way. But if she acts in her natural state, if she behave in her natural state and live in her purpose, it will be nothing but femininity coming from her naturally. Anything outside of that is going to take her to hard work to try to portray what she's not. That's why you don't have a man. No man wants a woman who has penis in it. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. And you guys, I told you guys know I bring it from the hip. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. And you want me to give you a real secret? Keep your asses away from that damn feminist bullshit. That's the secret. That's the real secret. And I'm not telling you, no, you can't get your own house. Do what you got to get your own house. Get your own Benz. Whatever makes you feel like you've accomplished something, get it. But guess what? I'll never come live in your house because a man should not move in a woman's house. I never believed in that. My father told me, don't ever, even in my grave, I do not want to see you move in no woman's house. If you down on your luck, if you come homeless and you have to do it, then don't do it for no more than 2 months. Hurry up and get the hell on out of there. Do not live up in no woman's house. Circumstances happen. We get it. And sometimes you might have a female that say, I don't want to see you on the street. I get it. I'm not talking about situations like that. When you're up on your shit, you need to kick your ass and get your own castle. Kings have their own castles. Kings have their own castle. Tell me I'm lying. Show me any history book where a king lived somewhere else in some woman's house. I'll wait. Take as much time as you need. Google it. Go to your encyclopedia. So ladies, if you want life to be better for you, you have to become the better. You have to become better. Just being a female with a vagina between your legs is just not enough. It's just not enough. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. And you should never have to ask a man what he brings to the table, because he should own the table. The table should already be his. The children belong to you. You belong to me. I belong to God. It's in that order, whether you like it or not. And if you call yourself a Christian, go read your Bible. It's in there. It's the hierarchy. You offended? Be offended. But go to God with your offendedness. No, I don't follow religion, but I do know the Bible will save your life. I do know that the Bible speaks in metaphors, and those metaphors can change your life. Because if you can't submit to our Creator, I know damn well you can't be submissive to me. I don't need you. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about universal laws, folks. If you saying you're lonely because you know your worth, I'm gonna call bullshit on that every single time. Because if you know your worth, you would not have to say it. You would not have to say it. If a man tell you he know his worth, he don't. What my queen just said. She just said, on I know a woman shouldn't have to say she is submissive. If that's truly in her. That's exactly. Now, one time did my queen tell me she's submissive. Not one time. She, till this day, she have never said to me she was submissive. She just behaved that way. Why did she behave that way? Because it is the natural order. And if I wasn't the man that she should have, if I was a beta or a fuck boy, guess what? She would still be submissive. She would still be submissive because that's who she is. And if I wasn't the man for her, then that would have ended. But it would not have changed the fact that she is a submissive woman. Aquila says she watched her mom. That's right. That's right. Talk to your mom. Talk to your grandmothers. If your great-great-grandmother's still living, talk to her too. Because I talk to my dad. I talk to my uncles. And guess what? My nephew talks to me. I don't make any of this up. I pass the information down to nephew. I say, nephew, this is what my dad told me. This is my uncle told me. Nephew, this is what I found in the scripture. This is what I found in the scripture, nephew. So now I see why my father said these things to me. It's right here in the scripture. I didn't find it in scripture till I got older because my father didn't teach Bible to me. He taught life. He taught natural abilities. He taught me the natural order. Then I got older and as far as in the Bible, I said, this is what my father was telling me. The Bible is only telling me this from a spiritual or religious standpoint. But my father told me from a life standpoint. It all came together. Aquila's mom was married to her dad 38 years. You can't have a marriage that long if you don't have natural order. What is the natural order? What is the natural order? The natural order is the children belong to you. You belong to me. I belong to God. We report up. It's a hierarchy. Just like corporate America. Corporate America took that page out of the book of spirituality and built hierarchy. You report up. A manager don't report to you. You report to the manager. I know this pisses some of you women off, especially you young modern women. But you're not having the luck that you want to have in the dating world because you don't want to follow the natural order. Aquila, that's exactly why they don't want to be married. It's exactly why they don't want to be married. And then you hear some of them say, well, men have a problem with commitment. Really? 80% of marriages were filed, divorces were filed by women. 80%. You can go to blackdemographics.com. You can look at all the statistics. It's right there. You can go to the courthouse and look at the divorces. Who filed the divorces? Who filed the most divorces? And guess what? Don't tell me because you knew your worth, you filed for divorce. Because you married them in the first place. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. And I know this pisses a lot of you off. But the truth will set you free. But it'll piss you off first. Ladies, think about that. Ladies, you know a guy who was unemployed all the time. I know you know him. In between jobs, can't keep a steady job. Always broke, always unemployed. And you ask him, how come you can't keep a job? How come you keep going from job to job? How come you're not stable with a job? And then he turn around and tell you, oh, because I know my work. I ain't gonna just go work for anybody. Ladies, just like you would know for sure that what he told you was pure bullshit. A man knows it's pure bullshit when you try to tell him you're by yourself because you know your worth. So I hope those of you who are listening to this video, watching this podcast right now, don't ever try to use that excuse again. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. When we hear it as men, even the men that you want hear that, they're thinking the same thing I'm telling you right now. Bullshit. Because the universe will always dance to the nature of your song. Always. Let me repeat that. The universe will always dance to the nature of your song. Look at Deion Sanders. Went from Jackson State University, football, HBCU, going to a white college in Colorado. They hired him and they don't even have the money to pay him yet. They say, we give you $5 million to come coach our sorry ass football team. Deion Sanders never said he knew his worth. He showed you his worth. See, that's the thing. He showed you his worth. And because he showed you his worth, they asked, how much should we pay you? We give you $5 million a year. I think it's a year. I don't think it's over a course of of time period. I think it may be a year. Cleo's been married, Aquila has been married for 13 years. It's a lonely road, she says. It's sad to get sick and have no one knowing your worth can have you 60 and single. Hey, before you, ladies, I'm telling you something. If you're 50, you still saying that shit, by the time you are 60, you gonna be 60 by yourself. We already at AARP status. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. 60 and single. And you add, can you imagine somebody in his 60s or 70s asking, man, how come, well, they miss, what happened? Why come you been so by yourself? Oh, because I know my worth. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Some of your expectations are not realistic. Some of y'all realistic. Some of y'all expectations are not realistic. You have 1,000 to 1,000 women looking for 100 men. And there's already a shortage of men. And there's a double shortage of good men. The double shortage of the good men is who they really want. It's a double shortage of them. And if you think, oh, let's just say, I've heard a couple of people up north, folks I know in New York, talking about the dating scene, talking about how they're going to move to Atlanta, where they think it's more options. Let me tell you something about Atlanta. The dating scene is severely brutal in Atlanta. The dating scene in Atlanta is severely brutal. Don't take my word for it. Take your ass down there. Don't matter how beautiful you are. Every other female is more beautiful than you are. And they're having problems. And no, don't go, oh, because Atlanta have a high gay rate. No. Those women having problems with men because other women want. Look, Aquila just said the same thing. The competition is extremely high. I'm gonna tell you, the competition is even high for people like Ashanti, celebrities. You got regular women that celebrities have to compete with, and they got money. They millionaires. They millionaires. They can beautify themselves up, put money in themselves to beautify themselves, and they're having problem with natural women who ain't got no money, because everybody's in Atlanta and LA is brutal in the dating, as far as the dating scene goes. So listen, ladies, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. You got to work harder on yourself than you do in your relationships. Work harder on yourself than you do in your worship. Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do in your job. People ain't willing to put in the work. It's hard for people to hold themselves accountable. It's hard for people to look in the mirror and tell the truth about themselves. It's hard for people to do that. Want me to make it easy for you? Making it easy for you by telling you this. When you're looking in the mirror, nobody else looking but you. It's okay to be honest with yourself. Because now it takes more than beauty and sex to get what you want in life. Especially in the dating scene, especially when you want the kind of man that you say you want. You need to research that type of woman he's dating. Research the type of woman he's dating, that these guys are dating. I done had this video with y'all before. I've shared this information with y'all before. Huh? Huh? You see what my queen just said? You see what my queen just said? I ain't saying she's look. See, that most of the good men are turning into passport bros and going overseas. Lord have mercy. Listen, you can get mad at these men all you want. I've seen women call these guys broke. Well, if they broke, then how the fuck they getting over to Thailand and staying for 2 or 3 weeks at a time in Thailand? How the hell they can travel to Brazil, Colombia, and meeting women who were born and raised culturally to be wives? Why are these guys going over there? Because you know your worth? Come on, man. Now, that's going to, because of that, because the passport bro thing, because of that, now there's going to be a triple shortage of men. Only men you're going to have left is the kind of men that you keep turning down, that you keep posting on Facebook about, and how they getting on your nerves, how they keep getting in your inbox. 1 or 2 of them men are very, very valuable men that you keep turning away because you don't know the difference from a real man and a fuck boy. You treating a real man like he's a fuck boy and he goes somewhere else. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Akila just said, yep, I know. I was kind of masculine when I lived in DC. I moved here to North Carolina and spiritually had to get to know myself. I had the time I needed. The change was good for myself. Love the best, love first. Folks, like I said in the beginning of this video, love is always the bottom line. Love yourself, not what you think you're worth. Love yourself, not what you think you're worth. Because if you really know your worth, you would never have to say you know your worth. Never have to say it. It'll show. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said, when you're the best at who you are, the marketplace will seek you out. When you were the best at what you do or who you are, the marketplace will seek you out. So if you really know your worth, 7-figure dudes should be ready to come knock down your door. Because those are the men that a lot of women want. 6-figure, 7-figure guys. God will send you a man. The universe will answer the call. I get emails. I literally get emails every day on cybersecurity. To be honest with you, I'm building something else. I won't have time to do cybersecurity for a company no more. I'm building something bigger than that. But because I know my worth, they reaching out to me. They asking me, one company came back 3 times with 3 different pays. One was a 6-figure offer for me to go through the preliminaries of talking to them. And the other 2 was around, one was 86. And then the next time I told them, I said, no, I'm not really trying to do that. The next time they came, it was like 92 and some change. And then they went on to 90. It wasn't quite 6 figures, but it was like 99, 3, something like that. So 100 grand. And the reason why I said 99.3, because if you look at the time period is not 80 hours. In IT, it's 88 hours. And then sometimes the pay period is 96 hours. So it'll put me over 100. And I told them, building something bigger than that. And it's guaranteed. It's already in motion. That's why I told you guys I will be giving you an announcement pretty soon. So with that being in mind, folks, I know my worth. If you know your worth, you don't have to say it. And that's because I know my worth. So ladies, if you're saying you know your worth, then you shouldn't be alone. The only person should be saying that they know your worth is the man that you're with. I know my queen's worth. I know my queen's worth. And she'll tell you right now that I'm ready to lay down my life for that, for her. I die for her. I know her worth. Do you have a man that's willing to die for you? To make sure that she lives and safe, she knows that I would die for her. I've told motherfuckers on the street who've approached her, and she told them I'm with somebody, and they was being now. If you approach my queen, I ain't gonna get mad at that. But if she tells you she with someone, and you still trying to shoot your shot, that's when I have to step in. That's when I have to step in, because now you're being disrespectful. You're being disrespectful. So what did I do? I had to step to him and say, bro, would you die for her? No, what do you mean? I'll die for her. A lion put his life on a line for his pride, for that lion pride. When a stray lion comes along, he have to really tear that lion down to take over that lion's pride. I ain't willing to be that lion to get tore down. I won't get tore down. I don't give a shit if you're Mike Tyson. I don't know no man who's willing to die for his queen. And I know, and I know he damn sure ain't willing to die for a queen that's not his. Why is that? Because I know my lady's worth. I know her worth. So all that about I'm by myself because I know my worth, that's a bunch of bullshit. Stop it. Akila just said exactly what I just said. If you know your worth, you would definitely have a man, because he would know your worth. He probably would know your worth better than you know your worth. And he will value your worth. And he'll be willing to protect you and what you're worth. He'll be willing to protect it with his life. Why is that? Why am I willing to protect my lady and her worth with my life? Because I am ordained by God to do so. You got to understand, folks, but what comes with leadership also comes sacrifice. Also comes sacrifice. It's nothing in the world like a feminine, submissive woman. There's nothing in the world like a woman like that. That is a woman you be willing to die for. That's right. Man's not willing to die for you. You stay the hell out of your life. Not out your face, but out your life. Because if your worth, when a man knows your worth, you will get a man like that. Stop making excuses. Because the excuses that you're making as to why you're alone is further devaluing you. And it shows when you post it on Facebook. It shows when you open your mouth and say it. I know this. I know you're frustrated. The desperation is there. I get it. Sometimes the less you say, the more you gain. And you know what's funny? My queen and I didn't even meet on me trying to shoot my shot at her. That ain't even how we met. We met at a cigar lounge in a group talk, talking about business and entrepreneurship. That's how we met. She wanted me to tutor her on her business. She wanted to pick my brain about entrepreneurship. Find out her birthday and say, hey, I'm take you out for your birthday. We went to a nice Italian restaurant right down here off the beach. Bottle of wine, $50. Salmon on top of sticky rice. Man, we ate large. We was good. And from there, that was before we decided to get into a relationship. We were best friends way before we got into a relationship. We were friends. We met 2021, last year, January 2021. We just decided to get into a relationship April of this year, March or April of this year. So all that time before then, we were friends. We were hanging out. Well, you see these pictures that we taking, places that we're going. We've been going to them places before we got into a relationship with each other. We were already doing that shit. This is not new. Y'all think this, oh man, he got us. We've been doing this, folks. We've been doing this. She said right there, my bestie. We were best friends, man. We talked about other people who approached us about dating. We talked about all that shit. All of that. She's not a jealous woman. She never trying to compete with anybody. She's just being herself. She's being her whole feminine self. It's nothing. If you want to turn me on, show me you feminine. Man, there's nothing like a feminine woman. Nothing. I don't care about no boss chick. I don't want no boss bitches. Go boss somewhere else. Get out of here. I don't want that shit. I love femininity. It smells good and it tastes good. Man, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I'm not bragging. I'm just making a point. If you're by yourself, look in the mirror. Ladies, you become more valuable on the marketplace by exploiting more of your femininity, not your masculinity. I hope that really sinks in. You become more valuable on the marketplace by exploiting your own femininity. You want guys knocking on your door. You might get guys knocking on your door because you're beautiful, you look good. But if you want that to double, let them see how feminine you are. And you will get a whole boatload of more type of guys knocking. The guys that you claim you want, you will get more of them knocking on your doors. That's a guarantee. You know why it's a guarantee? Because it's natural. It's natural. I can guarantee you that every spring grass is going to grow. Why? Because it's natural. The grass do it naturally. Just like if you exploit and show more of your femininity, I guarantee you will get more of the type of men you're looking for. You want to have more men to choose. That's a good problem to have. But if you got more men you're rejecting, then there are men that you can choose. That's a problem. That means it's not the men, it's you. It's you. Let me repeat that. If you got more men approaching you that you have to reject than you do for the men that you would consider or men that you would desire, then the problem is you. Stop pointing the finger. Stop playing the blame game. Stop making everybody else accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Women have a problem with self-accountability. You do. You have a problem with self-accountability. And as long as a man is telling you this, you have an attitude. Another woman says it, you shut the fuck up. You know why? Because you know it's true. You just don't want to hear it from a man. That's masculine energy. That is masculine energy. And it's not the woman you should be listening to. You should be listening to the man. He's telling you exactly what he likes. He's telling you exactly what he's looking for. But you arguing with him. And then you get mad when he goes somewhere else. You delete him on Facebook because you see him with a queen. You in your feelings. Shit. You know, folks, I've been single for a long time prior to my queen. A long time. Y'all mad at me yet? How many of y'all mad? Raise your hand. How many of y'all mad at me? You can admit it. How many of y'all mad? Instead of being mad, you should be in my inbox. Jay, what do I need to do? What is your view on this? What's your opinion on it? You should be in my inbox. I done gave you, the young lady said, I don't know who it is, but she's angry. I'm glad you're angry. You know why I'm glad you're angry? Because I want to talk to you. I want you in my inbox. I want you to call me. Let's talk. Let's hash it out. I know for a fact I can help you. I know you say you're angry, but if you're angry at me, then let's have it out. Let's talk. Let's talk. I love to talk to you. It says Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but I would love to talk to you. You can talk to my queen too. She's right here. Oh, she said she's joking. No, I'm not telling me to calm down. I'm calm. I'm just saying I love to help. Listen, folks, I have a passion for people. I love to help anybody. I will help you until I can't help you no more. I will help you, anybody. I will help you till it's my last breath. I love to help people. If anything I can do, I would love to help. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm put here for. If I can't help you, I can't serve my purpose. You guys understand that? If I can't help you, I can't serve my purpose. My purpose, I was ordained to come here to help. You were ordained to come here and help people. As a whole, as men, we are ordained to master our masculinity. Women, you are ordained to master your femininity. That is your birthright. If you disobey or ignore your birthright, I promise you, you will have hell on earth. That's a fact. That's a fact. And it could end up with a premature death. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. So with that being said, folks, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the nice podcast. Went a little over, longer than I normally do, but this was a good topic tonight. Listen, folks, I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe this video. Please do that for me. Like, share, and subscribe. It's right there up on the screen. If this video was not for you, that's okay. Share it anyway. Because you know somebody who's frustrated. You know somebody who's using the excuse of, I know my worth, which is a ton of shit. Okay? So share it anyway. That's one of the 4 favors I want to ask of you. Like, share, and subscribe. I want to give a shout out to those who's watching on LinkedIn. Thank you, folks, for watching on LinkedIn. Thank you, folks, who's watching on Twitch. Go to twitch.com. You can follow me as J Hunter Lee on that end. And I would love to have you to watch me on Twitch. Yeah, the presidential. You see the presidential. This is a presidential fold for your pocket square, folks. This is the conservative one. This is what you want to go to a job interview with. Presidential fold in your pocket square. Okay. Let's see what Aquila. Have a blessed night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You have a blessed night as well. Happy New Year to you folks. Don't wait till the new year to wanting to be feminine, ladies. Those of you, or make a change. Make a change now. Now is the time, not the new year. Now. The future is now. If you want to, Jim Rohn said, if you want to predict your future, then you have to create your future. You got to create it. You got to create it. Thank you, Keisha Partee. That's my old fam from Patterson Elementary School, folks. Love her to death. Have not spoke or seen you in a long time. Long time. Thank you, Keisha Partee. That's fam right there. That's my sandbox. In DC, we use that term sandbox, which means we grew up together. That's my sandbox right there, Keisha Partee. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul, folks. Beautiful soul. And one thing about her, she will work her behind off. She believe in having a great life. She believe in knowing what she got to do in life to get where she got to go. And she always have been that way since I've known her, since W.B. Patterson Elementary School, right over in Joliet Street, Southwest Washington, D.C., right down the hill from my house. Yes. Cecilia Williams. Thank you, Cecilia. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Woo-wee. Facebook user says I'm a work in progress, but you know what? You're not the only one. I'm a work in progress. My queen, she's a work in progress. We are all work in progress. We can only get better. See, listen, folks, we are perfect. You know how people say, I'm not perfect? Listen, you are perfect. We are all perfect, but we don't always make the perfect choices in life. So what does that mean? That we're not perfect. We don't make the perfect choices in life is because we are all students of the game of life. So you are perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Keisha Partee, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it says Facebook user because you are watching this video from the Tampa Bay Friends and Event Group. So in that group, there's a link where you will have to click on it and put your name in it, and then it will show up as your name. Tonda, that's Tonda. What's up, Tonda? Listen, Tonda, I really hope this was helpful to you. I told you I wanted to do this podcast last night, but I changed my mind because I didn't want anybody to feel like I was talking to them. I'm talking to the women's sphere. I'm speaking to the women's sphere. Okay. That's right, Queen. There's always room for improvement. Always room for improvement. That's all we got to do is help each other, folks. Love each other, care for one another, help each other. Stop degrading one another. Stop talking bad about one another. Stop trying to wish bad on other people. Because when you do that, you ain't helping yourself. Okay, folks. Secondly, I want you guys to do me a favor. My second favor out of the 4. Second favor is look at my other platforms. YouTube, J Hunter Lee. On Twitch, I'm J Hunter Lee. LinkedIn, I'm J Hunter Lee. And of course, you guys are on my Facebook page as well. And I want to give a shout out to those who's watching overseas on my J Hunter Lee business page that has over 13,000 followers. Those of you who are over in Guinea, Amsterdam, Egypt, Morocco, Thailand, Bangladesh, India, Bangladesh and Bangalore, India. those of you down in the Caribbean, all the Caribbean, I love you guys. We got Fiji down there, Belize. Thank you guys for popping in as well. Now, the folks overseas, over the Atlantic, it's daylight for them. Them guys are already chilling over there. So thank you guys for stopping in. So listen, you see a little dollar sign there. You see my Cash App there. My Cash App is simply for asking for a small donation towards the podcast. It's not for me. I'm okay with money. I'm not looking for your money. $20 or less is simply for the podcast. Why? I might need another light someday. I might need a new camera someday. My laptop here. I got a tablet over here that I can see myself on, make sure I'm on point. So might have to upgrade something. You guys see my banner here with my company here. Listen, this banner and rails and stand cost me about $300. $80 of that came from y'all donation to the podcast. Thank you very much for that. So listen, anything over $20, I will reject it because I didn't ask for that much money. Is that fair? Okay, $20 or less. It could be $2, $1, $5, $10, $15, but keep it under 20. I'm not asking for that much money. So that $ J Hunter Lee is the Cash App if you want to make a donation to the podcast. My third favor is to turn the damn TVs off. Okay, if you want to increase your value, if you want to increase your net worth, your self-worth, you got to turn the TVs off. Start watching more TV than you do everything else. Pick up some books, read something, find some goals, come up with some goals in life. And in order for you to reach those goals, find information that you need to read up on to help you reach those goals. Think and Grow Rich is a great book. My book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, is a great book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a great book. The Millionaire Next Door is a great book. Failing Forward is a great book. Put Your Dreams to the Test is a great book. I can name books for hours, okay, that I have even read. And most of them I have read. I've read all those books. One of those books I wrote, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. That's my book. Get it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. You can order it from Walmart, Books A Million, and Barnes & Noble. So my book is everywhere. It's all overseas too. So folks, get it in. Turn the TVs off. Focus and read. If you want to watch something, turn on some documentaries, something that's going to help your education, going to help your value, your net worth, your growth, your personal growth, help you grow. Okay. Now, the last favor I'm going to ask you is this. This is the biggest of all of them. And that is, my friend, is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm J Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. It ain't nothing you can do about it. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.